Testing the audio. Testing the audio. Hey everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to my live stream. Give everybody a second to gather. And let me pull up the chat screen. Hey, good morning, Leica. Good to see you. How are you doing today? How is the TT-02 coming along? How far have you got? Oh, you finished the chassis. And you were waiting for something with the body. Is that right? That was quick. You built it pretty quickly. Need to warm up paint. Did you cut out the body already? Okay, that's always kind of my mental block, is cutting the body. I just cut out a body for this car yesterday, and I painted it in the afternoon and evening. Painted it until almost 10 o'clock. Last second, there was a little scratch on it. I had to give it one last little coat. But I think it turned out okay. And if we finish this in time, maybe about 2 or 2.5 hours. If we finish this in time, I can show the body that I got. It's not a Tamiya body, and I didn't really appreciate how good Tamiya bodies were until I had to use something else. So I'll tell you more about that. And if we have time, we can put the decals on. It's only a few. Okay. I'm gonna look at you. Yep. I know I'm not very good at painting. And I guess I can, do more practice and get better. But it stresses me out. So I did do something a little bit different this time. I did mask a kind of a diagonal line and a two-tone paint job, and I'll show you guys for this car. I think it looked okay. I wasn't too aggressive with the lines, with the split in two colors. I think I could have done a little bit more of a split in the middle of the car, but it turned out okay. The lines are super clean. I used Tamiya tape, and the lines are very, very clean. Really happy about that. Not very good either. Yeah. It's one of those things. I think if you do it more often, you get better. But it stresses me so much that I kind of avoid it. For a long time, I sent my bodies away to a friend who painted them for me, and that worked out for a very long time. Except he's getting really busy, and sometimes his turnaround is 6 weeks, and it just doesn't work with my planning. I would have to plan so far ahead that I just decided to start painting them myself. A simple paint job. So, and I like simple paint jobs, like a solid color, because most of these are race cars, or at least something that I need to be able to see better. Not really for show. So I painted them, one solid bright color, usually white or neon yellow or something like that. But yeah, I was trying to cue off the blue from this to do a two-tone. The blue came out a little bit darker than I thought it would, but it's okay. And I'll show you guys in a bit. I want you to have one display body you keep nice. Oh, that's a good idea for sure. There's some bodies I just keep in the box. I don't even take them out. Like the new Tamiya bodies come in a little box, like the Raikiri that I bought for the TT SRX, and I have a R34 that I'm not going to take out, and then I have a Audi Quattro, which I am going to use for the XV02 whenever I get to it. And I'm getting a TT-01 kit with a body that I really like. And what I'm probably going to do is throw that, because it's coming with the kit. I'm just going to throw that in one of the boxes and just keep it mint, because I really like that body. And then I'll have to buy another body too. Well, actually, I have 4 of those non-Tamiya bodies, 5 of those, and I think I have 4 left. So I think I can use those. One of those. I just tuned. Hey, trailed outside. We are going to swap all the parts from this aluminum TT-02 to this real TT-02, and just make sure all the parts are compatible. I'm going to try to swap all of the aluminum parts over here. Otherwise, I'm just swapping the tub chassis. So the plastic parts I'm going to leave on this car, but all the aluminum parts I'm going to move over here, including the servo mounts. So we'll get started in a little bit here. I will say it's a little surprise at the GT4 body. At least that's good. Oh, you know what? I just did that yesterday. I put a post on my Instagram. If you have trouble with wheels, of course, now that I need it, it's not here. I can't find it. But it is a tool from Yeah Racing. Here it is. So it looks like this. And so there's a little bit of depth here, so it actually goes under your wheel and it lifts the car up a little bit, and it kind of locks it in place more or less, and lifts the body up a little bit, so you get a good gap between the tire and the body. And for regular touring cars, you use the outside contour. For M-Class, you would use that. And as long as your wheel hex, kind of the middle nut here, lines up with that, it's going to be perfectly center. So I did yesterday was just to run the knife through it, because the body wasn't, super nice. I didn't really care. So I ran a knife through it, and it came out okay. But if you wanted to have it come out even a little bit better, you would draw a dot right there, and you would use this kind of compass knife. I always forget how to use this thing. I think it's this one. And you would just use this compass nut, is it what it's called? And so the blade is right there, and you would just kind of make a full circle, and then you can trim from there the shape of the rest of the wheel well. But I think this will make a really clean cut. If this is what you're interested in. I don't know if this is in my list, but I'll put it up there later. The Yeah Racing thing, this thing is called the Aluminum Wheel Maker. So there's the part number if you're looking for that. It really did come in handy yesterday. All right, I have not run anything. I have not gone anywhere with the cars, any of them. I need to go. So I was gonna go today. No, actually today or tomorrow. But then I ordered a TT-01, and he said I'll be there midweek. So I was like, I'll just wait until midweek. And this happens every week. And then I was like, I'll just go during the week. I'll just go during the week, and I never make it. And they have a track there I can make some videos with and stuff like that. And that's a lot of the running videos that I have on my channel are from Revelation Raceway. Always a shout out to them. They really take care of me, the owner over there. The track itself, the races, everything is really cool there. Alright, so let's get started. I was thinking that we would start by taking all the parts from the back and moving it to here. And I'm going to swap the I'm going to try to swap the screws as well. Let's see how long this is going to take. I hope I have enough time to do this all today. If not, it's not a big deal. We'll figure something out. I might need to change tomorrow's stream topic. I'm trying to think of the easiest way to take the whole thing out. What do you guys think? I'm thinking maybe... I have a feeling if I take this out, a lot of these components will fall out. Let's see if I'm right. Whoever is the real manufacturer of this kit right here, this clone, I mean, they probably make a lot of them. And I have to say the quality control is pretty good. There isn't a single scratch on anything on this car. Like, I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they, no screwdriver marks, nothing. Just, everything is perfect. Okay, so what else is it holding on to? Besides that, I really, really don't want to take out those E-clips, especially on camera. Because I lost one last time. I don't know if you guys remember. And it was really just lucky that I did find it. Okay, these are a little bit shorter, I think. Yep. Oh, you know what? It's not holding on to this. It's not holding. It's holding on to these two screws. Let me put this back. Let me put this back for now. Let's try these two right here. This is the same length. Yep. How are the allergies treating you guys where you are? I am suffering. Alright, we got the whole back end off. I knew it could be done because I was looking at this car for a long time. This is exactly what I wanted to do. That's awesome. I'm glad I was able to do that. Okay, so let's try to keep everything right there. A little bit of grease. Sorry, I had a little coughing. All right, here we go. So let's take this off if I can. So far, so good. And if you guys don't mind, I'm going to just post a picture. Just take some pictures as I go along for documentation. And social media, of course. So now that I have that off, I'm going to put this car aside. And I'm going to try to do the same over here. I am not sure it's going to behave the same, but we'll find out. So it was these two screws. Okay. This is a Phillips head screw. I may not be able to reach this. You're just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am taking all of the aluminum parts from this clone and putting them onto this TT-02. So let's see how hard or easy this is going to be. So far I've been able to remove the whole back end from the clone, and I'm going to try to do the same with the TT-02. And it was actually quite simple. Only several screws. So if everything's the same, I should be able to remove these two and get the whole back end out. Okay, let's see if it works. Maybe there's some more screws here than on the TT-02. I gotta remove this one too. Where did everybody go? Hope I'm not having technical difficulties. I hope the stream is still on the air. Again, let me just take a picture of this. And I keep getting grease on my fingers. I might get to painting the Vortec body this week. I need to get 2 more colors for the GT4, and I'm scared I'm going to screw it up. Hey, if you screw it up, you can always buy another body. Just like you said, you can use one for show and one for go. This is the freest country in the world. We can do whatever we want. And that sounds like a great idea to me. Alright, so far so good. I'm not having any difficulties with this so far. And so it says, bodes well for this clone so far. Like I said, I'm not going to try to take out the diffs or anything. I'll look at the front diff together, but I don't want to open this up if I don't have to. I'm just going to assume everything is going to fit. I did notice this diff right here on the clone is 3 screws. The body only has 3 screws, and the regular TT-02 has 4 screws. But I think otherwise everything else is the same. Okay, so I got the out drives in there. So this is going to be probably the most difficult part. Get everything lined up. So let's see if I can do this. If not, I'll just take one side apart. Not a big deal. So I think it's going to be this way. And yeah, this is going to be pretty difficult. Let me see. Let's see. I should do the top first. Okay, so I'm going to lock in the top as much as I can. Okay, I'm touching, so I'm going to use, I think these are the regular long screws. These two were the short screws. I guess I do have to take those out. I do have to take those out because I want to swap all the screws. No biggie. Oh, I need to take that whole thing out. No, I need to take this off. I'm not flicking the diff cover, so I think I only need to take this off. Let's see if I'm right. I don't know about you guys, but I get joy from painting bodies exactly the way it came in the box. Unless it's like a, you know, like a freeform body, especially Tamiya bodies. I will try to paint it as much as I can to look like the box. If it's a racing body, like a GT body, Protoform, whatever, or another brand, bitty design, then I'll just paint it whatever. Usually just a solid white. Maybe a neon pattern or something. But I just think Tamiya kits have really optimized colors. So I always try to have it look the same. And I think it was this way, right? You guys can help me if you remember. You can scream out loud if you want. Is it like this or like, I think it's the other way. I think it's this way. I forgot. I forgot already. Let me see. Let me see if this looks right. No, I'm pretty sure it's the other way. Because the bottom is way back there. I think. Well, let's see. Let's see if I'm correct. Looks like I am wrong. I think it's this way. Need to pay attention. Alright. Yeah, it's gonna be this way. So cool. Okay. So let me put these 2 screws down, and these are the short ones. If you're just joining us, welcome, welcome. We are swapping parts this morning. We are taking all of the aluminum parts from this clone and putting them onto this TT-02. If you are lurking in the chat, if you can say hi, tell me where you're from, where you're watching from, I'd appreciate it. I'm always amazed what kind of audience I can reach by live streaming. And I think that's the coolest part about having a YouTube channel. I've spoken to people in Indonesia, not on live stream, just like by chat videos. Comments and videos. Of course, all over Europe, all over America, of course, Canada. I don't think I've had too many from South America yet. I don't know why. Maybe Tamiya is not big in in that region. I don't know. And I do know that this belongs here. Okay, so that I don't lose that again. And I hope this is possible and won't impede my progress. But I'm just going to make sure those arms don't come off of the damper stay. Let's see if this works. From Rainy Belfast, right. It is raining, huh? We had a lot of rain here in Southern California this year, relatively speaking. That was a lot of rain for us. And it's finally hit a dry spell. I think it's been several weeks now since we had any rain. It was just it just kept hanging out. It just wouldn't leave. Storm after storm, and it got tiring. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to try to lock this in now. And then I'll worry about the nut bones. I think it's this way. Tuning, not running. That's okay. Tuning is part of the fun. At least you're not tuning nitro. Nitro is literally 45 minutes of tuning and 10 minutes of, 15 minutes of driving. That's not even an exaggeration. That's been my experience. But again, people love it. I enjoy nitro as well, and these are different sizes. I think the two longer ones were this one that I'm doing right now, I think. Pretty sure. We shall find out. Okay. So here's my strategy now. Really didn't need that, but that's okay. on the clone's hex head? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's one of the benefits of this clone. Everything is hex. I think the only screws that weren't hex was on the, I think, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm misremembering. Is maybe on the diff, but everything else. Okay, I definitely don't want to have this come off of the arms. So let's see, what can I do? Because there's two little washers there. That's kind of a pain. But that's okay. Let's see what happens. Let's see how I can do this. Of course, the easiest way is for me to take off this E-clip. Let's see. How can I do this? Okay, let's... Let's get as much out of the way as we can by taking off the dampers, so I have a clear view. I said I didn't want it. Well, it's already done, so I might as well. I didn't want to lose those two, but it looks like that's okay. I can just put that back on here. This is much easier. Do it this way. So the out drives. Yeah, the JIS is a pain. I do have, I think I showed you last time. I do have JIS bits. Whoops, which is what this is. And of course you can buy yourself a Tamiya tool set. I'm going to try to lift this up just a tiny bit. Let's see. I'm going to use my box of blades. Okay. Sorry. It is. I'm really happy. At first, I'm skeptical. I was skeptical, just like everybody was. Like, what? $27 for some screwdrivers? But then I learned about the JIS standard, because the whole time I thought it was just Phillips head. So I was skeptical. Then when I learned that it is a little bit different. And if you use regular Phillips head, you might be stripping the screws over time. So I invested in that, and I'm really happy I did. It is a really well-made kit. And I think that's true for all Tamiya things. Tamiya things are expensive. Everything's expensive. I mean, hop-ups, electronics, everything's expensive. Tamiya, but I feel like they know what they're doing. They've been doing it for so long that all the parts are kind of optimized, including bodies. I was just saying in the beginning of the stream that their bodies are just they're just so easy to work with, and the cuts come out clean. What I don't like is you have to cut your own window masks, which is a pain. I would love it if they pre-cut all the decals as well, but it's a little bit not practical. I think the sheet would have to be kind of double the size if it was pre-cut. I wasn't anticipating any problems today doing this, and so far, so good. I feel like there's some resistance here, but yeah, it might be just the angle of the damper stay that I have here. Okay. Window mask. What? You better double check, because I'm jealous if you did. I mean, that Raikiri body is brand new. It's a recent production. All right, let's see. So again, so far so good. Everything fits just fine. Now I have to put the dampers back on. So somebody asked me, one of the comments, what I thought about these dampers. And I think the make of it is pretty decent. It is aluminum body. It is these ends. I mean, everything looks okay. It doesn't look too bad. But the springs that came with it were way too stiff. So if you watch the video, it was 13 millimeters ride height, front and back, with those stiff springs. I put these springs in there and I lost 4 millimeters. They're 9 millimeter ride height right now. So it makes a huge difference. And, you know, the suspension was just night and day. Yeah, they are outlined, of course. Yeah, of course they're outlined. So you can cut along the lines. Otherwise, that would be really painful, having to draw the lines themselves. Have you ever tried the rubber masks? So you spray it on, or paint it on, and then you let it dry, and then cut out the detours that you want. And of course, all the professionals, anybody who does like really nice paint jobs, has to use that. Has to use that stuff. And I have used that before on a couple cars. I have to say, it's not difficult, but it's harder when you're painting it on by hand. If you do have a airbrush, it's really, really convenient. And this feels so much better with these springs. I mean, it's incredible. Again, so far so good. Everything seems to fit. I don't think you guys are too worried about it. I'm going to have a little hybrid for a little bit. I don't think you guys care about the screws that much. But it looks like I do have to take it apart because I need to get the propeller shaft out. Okay, so let me just open that up. So far, so good. Let me take a picture. Really happy with the results so far. Everything seems to fit. Yeah, you should try. I mean, the smallest, it's kind of stupid because the smallest bottle is like this big. It's like 12, 15 ounces. I forgot how big it is. I mean, that's going to last me a lifetime, unless I start building, painting bodies with that all the time. And if you're not using an airbrush, you're just brushing it on, it does take a considerable amount of time. But relative to using masking tape for a little bit fancier paint job, I think the results will be better, and the time it takes to mask different patterns will be a lot faster. And there's quite a few videos on how to paint bodies and stuff like that. And they're not made by me, of course. The blind should not lead the blind. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm going to be able to get that out from here. Hey, you guys, what do you think about this idea? So, I have too many cars as it is. I just, you know, I culled the herd, culled the herd a little while ago already, late last year, and but I'm kind of building it up again, especially with TT-02s. So with this aluminum, I'm gonna put everything back onto this after today's stream. So I was thinking, and I do have a body for it, and I'll show you guys near the end of the stream. I was thinking about selling that off on eBay and having part of the proceeds go to charity. One of my favorite charities is the Boys and Girls Club. Spent some time there when I was younger, and I think it kept me out of trouble, and I think it's a very worthwhile service to the community. I went to the one in Santa Monica when I was young. I did grow up in West Los Angeles. Alright, so let's set that aside and do this one. So, and I would just leave it as an auction format. You know, start it like this thing would start like it. I'm going to keep all the electronics except the receiver in there. Including the body and everything. I was thinking maybe start it at like $60 or $80, something like that. So, people can bid on it, and hopefully, since it's not all the proceeds will go to me, people would be more willing to buy these. So one, it serves two purposes for me. One, I would be able to offload one chassis, so it's not taking room in my shelves. Two, of course, it will help me recover some of the costs, and which allows me to buy more new kits. So, how do you guys feel about that? Do you think, I know people will buy the RC car. I mean, I've sold many RC cars before on eBay. I sold pretty much my entire collection a year ago. Let's see. No, I want to say about 40%. I sold 29 RC cars last year. So I'm hoping that is something I can do. And I really hope it works. Alrighty. So, like I said, I should have taken this out first, but that's okay. I still have to do the back, so I'm not too worried. So, I mean, I still have to do the front. I'm not too worried. Let me see if I can get this out. There. How much of this do I need to take apart? I need to take... Will I be able to just swap it like this? I would like to swap it like this. I would like to use the original gear and just swap it like this, so I don't have to open this again. I hope. I'm hoping that's possible. We'll see. I'm going to set this aside. I won't be able to do this until I open the front diff. Meanwhile, I'm just going to try to keep this closed so I don't lose anything. Alright, here. Just throw a screw on here and lock it back in. Oops, that's not it. Okay, so set that aside. Okay, so let's see. What do we have? We have the motor mount. We have the motor mount, the battery, the servo. Let me worry about the diff. I mean the front first. There's a lot going on in the front. There's a lot going on up here. We got the steering. We got, you know, the whole front end assembly. So let me worry about this. I think if we get past this, we're, you know, 80% home already. But again, I'm going to try to only move this part. I'm going to keep this gear on the clone. All right. Set that aside. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like I said, I've sold RC cars before. I know there's going to be I know there's going to be a market for it. I mean, pretty much every car I've listed. Yeah, I've sold every single car I've listed. Always at a loss, of course. I never got my money back. There's no way I'm going to get my money back. And every time I see a listing on eBay, somebody's selling their highly customized any car, and they're expecting like $600-700. There's a lot more hop-ups on there. I mean, their calculation is based on what they put in it and not really what the market will accept, which is a shame. It is a expensive hobby. Let's see. I think these are two separate components, and I can do them separately. Good. I can do the steering separate from the front assembly. So let's do the front first. I'm pretty sure this isn't dependent because it's just on top, and then all of these except the links, not a big deal. All right. So let's take this apart. And I think I'm going to take it apart. I think on this car it doesn't matter. I can take everything out. It's fine. It's that car that I'm concerned with. Okay. I have a manual for this car if I need to put together and I lose my way. I don't have a manual for the clone car. So I'd be a little bit more hesitant. So I'm going to swap the links over as well. So I'm just going to take it apart from here. I'm just going to take everything off. And the best part about doing this on stream is that if I mess up or forget or can't figure out where something goes later, I can just watch the stream and see where something goes. Alright, again, I'm going to try to take this apart all in one piece. If you're curious why I have these kind of body posts, it's because I was, this is a few years ago. This is 3D printed. I ordered this on Thingiverse or whatever it was, Treat Stock. And this allows me to have a stealth body, because the body that goes with this is the Porsche. It's the Festival of Speed Porsche, the one with the orange skirt, silver car martini livery with the silver, with the orange, fluorescent red, orange, whatever that's called, the body panel on the bottom, and that was, I had to buy. I mean, these are, look at these wheels. These are Porsche wheels. Really like that body, really like that car. So I'd like to, this doesn't need to come off. So actually, this car is a little bit shorter wheelbase than this one, And the thing, I could probably, these look like I can flip, just like the ones in TT-02. If you notice, there's a, now you can see that. There is a damper mount on this side as well. And this is kind of this triangle shape. If I flip this over, then it would lean to the front, and I flip the other damper over, it would also shorten the wheelbase. So I'm pretty sure that this car can be flipped. And it looks to me that the uprights as well, the top is shorter than the bottom. So if you flip those, you can have more ground clearance, just like the rally cars. Rally trim cars. And this is, so I have noticed my Saturday streams are not as popular as my Sunday streams. I don't know why. I always thought people go to church on Sunday mornings and I wouldn't get as many viewers. But I guess not. I guess whatever religion you practice. I'm happy you're here with me. I'll be happy if you're here tomorrow as well. Doesn't matter to me. I thought it was funny that when I posted this stream, that I was going to do this stream and I was going to strip this clone. Somebody typed in the chat already. This is like several days before the stream. And the gentleman typed in the chat that the aluminum on this clone is not, it's not great. I can tell you the fit and finish is good. But I don't think any aluminum is all that tough. So I'm sure there are different grades of aluminum. Just like there are different grades of stainless steel and everything else, different alloys. And at the price I got it for, I don't imagine this is like the best aluminum there is. But I have a feeling it's good enough. I mean, you don't need, if you drive reasonably competently, I think you'll be fine. I do want to change the servo here. I might grab the servo horn because I want this servo horn instead of that one. In that case, I should take this screw, but it's hard to reach, so I'll just take this screw out. At the end of the stream, I should have a big pile of parts and screws on the table here. Then I'll spend the rest of the day putting everything back. Alright, so the whole front end came off. Very cool. Let's take a picture of that. Okay, set that aside along with the bumper. I think this bumper is a little bit bigger than that one. Okay. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to open the diff so I can grab the Hey everybody who is just joining us. I am taking all the parts from this $120 TT-02 clone. I'm going to take all the aluminum parts and try to swap them with this TT-02. So here is the diff. Take out this bearing holder. I learned that there's a name for this. I forgot, but I know it's something bearing holder. I think it's like the propeller shaft bearing holder, something like that. I mean, that's what it's called. I mean, this is more of a hold down, but you know, it's not holding anything. Kind of a tie down. Okay, let's see if I can take this out. All right. Okay, I took everything out. Let's see. I can do the same. I don't want to open that diff. This is tragic. I guess I will have to. Ay, ay, ay. If I don't put everything back, I'm going to have 2 hybrid cars. And I don't know if that's something I want to have. Oh, brother. I wonder where this came from. I didn't see where that came from. Let's see. It probably came from the steering. Okay. I have to take out the dampers again. I mean, you see all this like chipping on the blue paint here? That's from me. That's from probably this thing. The car came in immaculate condition. Like, I didn't even want to do anything. The aluminum was just perfect. But it does seem like it's easy to scratch, but hey. These two are in the way. I'm just digging a deeper and deeper hole for myself, isn't it? It feels like that. So tomorrow, I may have to change the plan for tomorrow because I was hoping to show everybody the TT-02 short course truck that I've been converting, and it is done. The stance and everything does look like a short course truck. However, I use pretty much a premium part to achieve it, and that part is a lot more expensive than just buying the plastic part. So I want to wait, and it gets here on Tuesday. And so I want to wait until that part shows up and I use the plastic part to build it instead. So tomorrow we might just change over to unboxing the TT-02 Titan and probably start on it. I think I can. I'm pretty sure I can finish a TT-02 on stream in one stream. I'm pretty sure. Okay, what was I trying to do? Okay. All right. So I'm going to. I was using shielded bearings even from the beginning. This is one of my earliest cars. All right, so let me set that aside. And so this is the spur gear. And let's see. We might have a little disparity here. Yeah, see that? These two are different heights. I don't know if you can see that, but it is a little bit different. Let me see. Where is the... So this is about 6.5 from there to there. And this one is even bigger. Yeah, this one's 6.68. Hold on a second. The whole thing is 8.78. Because I thought this one was taller. And this whole thing is 8.25. So actually this one is taller. But when you set this in here, there is a little bit kind of sticking out. But this one, when you put it in there, is actually not even flush. So there's probably 3 or 4 millimeters difference. Let me think. Will this work in this? Huh. I guess I'm gonna have to switch the diffs too. Well, let's keep it this way. See what happens. Let's see what happens. Hold on. Actually, let me compare the two and see if there's if I can spot any differences. Where is the black spur gear? Okay. So these two are. Let's see. Okay, the spur gear is different. That's fine. But I don't know if you can see the bearing location. The bearing sits at different heights. This one is sitting on top of the spur gear. This one is kind of just floating there. And it's up to you to put it into the holding spot right here. That's in the chassis. Okay. Okay. So that works. And let me spin the wheels. Let's see. Should that concern me? Huh. Let's see. Doing this spins that cup right there. That's the front. So I don't know. And this is not spinning at all when I do it. Oh, there it goes. So I don't think the bevel gear is touching the diff. Is I think my point here. I don't think this gear is touching the. So I have two choices. I can just not take this propeller joint, or I swap diffs. And I think I'm gonna have to swap diffs. Oh, brother. And I'm just curious why it's doing that, though. This is really strange to me. Why, of all places, this is where it's not compatible. I mean, it is touching. It is touching. Nope. Yeah, the gear mesh. Oh. Something is strange. Oh, there it goes. Okay, hold on. Yeah, see, it's not spinning. don't know. I'll be really honest, I don't know. Okay, well, guess I don't have a choice. I'm gonna have to swap the diff too, which is fine. Parts for my Fortec, but they're never in stock. Yeah, doesn't seem like on-road is really Traxxas priority. You can pretty much find any part anywhere for Slash and a Revo or whatever it's called, and you can always find those parts everywhere you go. But for sure, the on-road cars do not enjoy the same service. I'm pretty much writing the book on what not to do if you're trying to swap these parts. Because this is ridiculous. Okay, how can I take this apart again? What did I do last time? Let's see. I think this is the easiest way. Yeah, I think this is the easiest way. The diff won't come out. Give up and end the stream right here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see. Okay, so this is probably the motor kind of binding, but okay. I think it's touching. I think this will work now. I think it works on that car because it's the front diff. There's no pinion gear to get in the way. Okay. Yeah, I'm like 90% confident this will work. Okay, so let's see. Darn, which one was which? That's the Tamiya one. So let me put this one back. This is that one. It looks exactly the same. Yeah, it's different plastic, but it looks exactly the same. Okay. So, there we go. These a little bit longer. I don't think it matters. These are a little bit shorter. So let's use these. This has been a little bit more involved than I thought it would be. I really thought it was just going to be literally take off the whole front end and then swap front ends and then take off the whole back end, which is kind of what I was hoping for. But there are little quirks here and there. That is obviously slowing me down, but it will not stop me. I still have at least another hour before I start getting crazy hungry, so we should be okay. Now let's put everything back again for the second time. I am one of those people who can't be hungry. I don't get like angry or anything. It's just I just can't function. I think my metabolism. I think it's my blood sugar actually. I think I start feeling terrible. I still remember one time, this is a while ago, this was maybe like 10 years ago. I was at Walmart, kind of midday, and I was busy and I skipped lunch, I think. And halfway through, I started just feeling terrible, just like I'm about to faint. And I started having a cold sweat, and I got really scared, and I was like, let me eat something or drink some sugar or something. And every Walmart has a McDonald's or whatever, or Subway. So I got a burger and a Coke, and I don't drink Coke usually. I got probably a meal, Big Mac meal or something. And I chugged half of that Coke as soon as I got it. And then I instantly felt better. So I don't know what that is. It's probably a blood sugar thing. But that happens to me. It's a strange phenomenon. I don't know if it happens to you guys or not. But it's an awful feeling. It's an awful feeling, I tell you. It's like your body, it's like you sensing your body's going to shut down. And then you have to, put more fuel in. Otherwise, you would pass out. It would be pretty funny, though. The ambulance comes and they revive me and they try to figure out what's wrong with me, and then I would just tell them I was hungry. I was just hungry. I'm fine. I feel better now. I don't want to go to the hospital. Okay, here we go. Have you guys ever ridden in a... Hey, thank you, CHZ Popcorn. Thanks for joining us. Where are you watching from? What part of the world are you watching from? Be nice to see why it didn't work without the diff cover on. Yeah, I'm gonna guess RC trailed outside. I'll just call you RC. I think it's because the motor is here, because it spins freely in the front. It doesn't spin. I'm thinking the motor is the thing that's holding it back. You know, it just won't spin because the spur gears, the motor is holding it back. I think. So I think it would still work. And I'll try with the front. But I already took half the car apart. I might as well just kind of go all in. California. I'm here in Southern California as well. Beautiful day. Are you in Northern California, Southern California, or Central California? CHD? Alrighty. I did a lot of damage to this nice blue aluminum already. And it does scratch easily, so it tells me that this is probably... Well, it's anodized. I don't know if other anodized stuff comes off so easily. I have no idea. I never tried. Oh, Northern, nice. Nice. You guys had a crazy, crazy winter as well. I think both Northern and Southern California had a interesting winter with all the rain. That we had. Get a sip of water. I think I was talking about ambulances. Have you guys been in an ambulance before? I think I've ridden in an ambulance twice. It's not a good feeling, because if you're in an ambulance, it means you're not doing well. And if the paramedics or if it's urgent, if you are there for urgent reason, they have to hook you up with an IV and everything. And let me tell you, paramedic's doing his best, but trying to put an IV in while the car is bouncing around is not always good. Some bye-bye savings, yeah. Fortunately, I have insurance. Fortunately. Otherwise, yeah, 200 grand would be gone. Because I ended up in the hospital for a week. And I did see the bill that comes. Fortunately, at the very bottom it says balance 0. But I did see how much everything costs. And I'm missing this. Of all things, I'm missing... Oh, you know what? I think I dropped it. Oh, there it is. This is a little bit weird, though. I don't think it's... It is hex. Okay. Doesn't seem like it was moving. After a motorcycle. Oh, no. I don't plan on being in one again, but I was... Yeah, I mean, that's dangerous. I mean, it's riding bikes. It's not even you. I mean, if you ride recklessly, then it's your fault. But it's just other drivers. I have enough money to spare for them. GPM is expensive. Yeah. Yeah, it's no fun. Riding an ambulance is no fun. But like I said, when they're trying to put an IV in while the car's bouncing around, they are prone to hit your bone, your wrist bone, and that hurts a lot. That hurts. And those were the only 2 times. The other time was for a car accident, but it wasn't a big deal. I wasn't hurt that bad. It was more of a precautionary thing. And the doctor checked me out and let me go, so I was fine. Alrighty then. Okay. Let's see if I was right or not. I need to change out the motor mount, and this screw hasn't come out for several years. GPM makes really nice parts, huh? I think that brand sounds really familiar, and they make some Tamiya hop-ups as well. I think dampers, same thing. And it seems like their stuff is high quality, and that's why they're so expensive. Yeah, it's not spinning right now either, so I think it's the motor. Huh. It's not the motor. Maybe it's the front. I hope it's not. Okay, so I have the diff in here. I have this spur. I also have the right propeller gear here. So everything from that car is in here right now. So if it doesn't work, then there's something wrong with the mold of the tub chassis, where the bay of the diff. So I hope that's not the case. I hope there's another reason why this is locked. This is completely locked. Like, it's not. This feels bad. This is really concerning, but okay. Alright. For the first time, I am concerned. But we move on. Let's hope it's nothing too crazy. So you can see what my afternoon's going to be like. This is it. What are you doing this afternoon? This. Have to put it back together. I think I need to figure out what this grub screw is. It's not for the motor. I mean, it's not for the... Oh, it is for the pinion. I was hoping to go have lunch and maybe hit one of the other hobby shops. Not the one where I ordered the TT-01 from. One of the other ones. I have several around me, so I don't know. I'll make an excuse to buy something, to find something that I need. Probably some paint or something. I think paint is the easiest thing you can say you need. But have you guys noticed paint got a lot more expensive recently? Could the spur be touching a chassis? So the spur holder touching the diff cover. Okay, let's see. The spur is really, really close, but I don't think... I don't think it's touching. Yeah, I don't think it's touching it at all. Hold on, give me a second here. I have another TT-02 for reference. Okay, so what is the behavior? Okay, so that is the correct behavior. It is trying to spin it, it just can't overcome the diff. And then in the front, it does spin. Huh. So when we put the front diff in, I guess we'll find out. No, but look, check this out. I can spin this propeller cup with my fingers. This is completely stuck. You might be right there, RC. I don't think it's touching, but it really could be. I think it's worth a look. Let me do the front. I got too many parts hanging out in the open. Let me do the front. As I could. You're right. Yeah, but that doesn't explain the fact that this doesn't spin, though. You know what I mean, RC? You're probably right about the front, but I still think there's a problem back here. Let's set that aside. Okay, let me give that back. Okay. All right. Gonna have an interesting afternoon. Maybe I'll live stream it but not talk. I won't narrate anything. I'll just like stream putting it back together. Okay, so we know it's these two. I think we've done this a couple times now, we know. Definitely a problem, but I'm going with the spur hole. I'm pretty sure you're correct. It's definitely the gears, obviously. It's definitely one of the gears. I'm thinking it might be... I'm thinking it might be like this cup right here, this cavity for the diff is molded differently. I guess we'll find out, huh? I guess we'll find out. A little bit of mystery in the stream today. I mean, if the diff and spur gear is the only thing that's not compatible, I mean, geez, it's not a... You still get all the aluminum hop-up parts, yeah. Still $120 for a bunch of aluminum parts. You know, since, like I said, I've heard more than one person say this, aluminum in general, and this particular aluminum isn't the highest quality, yada yada yada. I get it. I do. So maybe this would be better suited as a drift car. What is holding this together? That is a mystery to me. What is holding this? This piece is loose already. So this is... It's not coming out this way for a reason. Let's see. It should just pull out, hypothetically. There's nothing holding this back, but it's not coming out. Let's see. That's very strange. Oh, no. There's 2 screws right here, my bad. Built this 1,000 times. Gotta remember that. These are the super long screws. Alright, now everything should come apart. The links need to come off. Alright. And we've got almost every piece. All right, let's see. Ouch. Hey, Corey, how are you doing? You are the young person whose dad's in the airplanes? Is my memory correct? Or am I thinking about somebody else? I'm trying to remember all of the regulars. Hey, RC, I'm sure you have. Have you ever... where are you from again? Where are you watching from? I'm sure you said it before. I just don't have any recollection at this moment. Hey, Matthias. Matthias, I don't know how to pronounce it, is in Sweden, right? Good evening to you. I think it's evening in Europe, right? Was 40 and have I'm somebody else. Sorry about that. Almost 40 and TT-02s and such. Oh, right. Detroit. Right. Okay. All right, I'll try to remember that for next week. 1940 here, 740. Okay. Matthias, we Americans still do the AM PM thing, so I still have to do the subtraction in my head to know what time you're talking about. And I had that problem, very simple subtraction problem, once got me almost missing an international flight. Almost. First run, TT-02. Oh, nice. How do you like the TT-02D? This is why I don't like using that Tamiya grease. It's greasy. It's kind of nasty. That's why I use the silicone grease. So I had a 6 o'clock flight. I think it was 6 o'clock. And I got dropped off at the airport at, I want to say 1600, something like that. Maybe 1700. I don't remember. And the flight was at 1800, around there, in the hour of the 1800s. But for some reason, I had it in my head, and I subtracted wrong, obviously. I had it in my head that instead of 6 p.m. flight, it was a 7 p.m. flight. So I hung out in the airport. I was having a meal. I was shopping the gift shop, everything. Anything but going to the gate. Up until the very last moment when, just by chance, on the overhead speaker, I heard my flight number. Because I was a little bit closer to that gate at the time. And I was probably 6 or 7 terminals away, like, what do you call those? Gates away. And I had to run. And, not in the best of shape, obviously. I am middle-aged. And, I barely made it. The problem is, when I got on the plane, first of all, everybody stared at me like, you a-hole. Holding us up. What the hell were you? So that happened. Second of all, my heart rate would not slow down. I was really, really worked up. To the point where I was like, I might have a heart attack. And then you really have to take the plane back. Then everybody will hate me even more. But fortunately, I just told myself, just calm down. You'll be fine. Everything will be okay. And it took like 15 minutes, but I finally caught my breath and kind of didn't die. But it was interesting. It was an interesting 15 minutes. And I will never be late for an international flight again. I understand. So I'm very careful with the 24-hour clock now. A gyro is needed to make it fun. Without it, it's kind of hard to drive. Yeah, that's with any drift car, I think. I think we're talking about a drift car, right? The D? Yeah, you wouldn't be able to That's the second one. With those tires, I mean, just be going in a circle. Everything's still good. If you're just joining us, we are having a little bit of problem with the rear diff. RC thinks this spur gear is too big and it's scraping the chassis and it won't spin. My original thought was it was the motor and the pinion was stuck so it wouldn't spin. But since, as you can see, there's no motor here anymore, this is still not moving, so there's something cogging in the diff in the back here. We don't know what. We'll find out though. We'll find out. I'm going to finish the front and we'll see what happened. Now, like I said, I built this kit very early on, like 2018, 2019. Back then, I was still buying name brand servos. Cyvox SC0253MG. I'm sure this is not... I'm sure this is one of their budget servos. But it would still cost probably 2 or 3 servos. The cost of 2 or 3 servos are the ones I buy now. And by the way, in the last couple weeks, I've been kind of putting out videos where I'm testing things. This Friday, I'm waiting for one more servo. So this Friday, I'm going to have a video. I'm going to talk about the best servos for the TT-02. Not because it's different application for a crawler, for example, or a X-Max, something huge, big wheels. But as far as a touring car in general, and especially the TT-02, I have some recommendations. So that's going to be a video that's coming out. And if you've been following my channel for a while, you know my normal content, kind of my bread and butter, what I built the channel from, is build videos. And I have series after series of me building cars. And this piece needs to go down first. And obviously that's not the case anymore. I've been building these kits on stream, and unfortunately I don't have the time to go back to kind of edit the footage to make another video, which if I had time I could do, but I don't have the time. So I think that's going to be something from the past going forward. I don't think I'll be making another of those. Instead, I am going to focus a little bit more on individual components of the TT-02. And maybe other touring cars in the future, but for right now, I'm just going to focus on the TT-02 and really analyze everything in depth and kind of share my opinion about certain components. So in May, I have plans for a best servo, and then I'm I have to buy them, so I'm waiting for them to come. I will have another video on the best dampers for the TT-02. And of course, I bought the TT-01 clone. I'm going to be doing that one of the weeks. I'm doing a review like the video I just put out. And then I'm going to have a video on the best hop-ups for speed. And then another video, best hop-ups for handling, kind of maneuvering the car. So you can look for those in May. I think there are 5 Fridays in May. It's a stock TT-02D with the Oniski gyro. My SRX feels like my... Well, the TT-02's... The SRX is different. It's not even the same car as a regular TT-02. It's different flavor, for sure. Much more capable. Got links everywhere you can make adjustments. I think if I asked everybody watching right now, what is the #1 must-have pop-up for any TT-02? Oops. And you guys would say? I should put the propeller in there first. But I am taking that apart, so it shouldn't matter, because I'm going to take that apart. That should be in there. Okay, here's another thing. Oh no, it's I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but this part is completely flush right here. Well, more or less from here to here, it's the same level. Remember, there's a piece here, right? Anyway, on this kit, and that's the clown. But on here, there's a gap there, and I think I forgot to put that piece when I was building this car. I think there's a plastic piece here. Or it fell out and I didn't notice. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It's this weird, like a cup-looking thing. And it goes like pretty much, I think it is there. No, I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, so these two things are different. Another part where it's different, you see it dips down right here, and it's flush on the other car. So that's another thing that I noticed. That's a little bit different. But I don't think overall it would make a huge difference in the big scheme of things. Tire sting upgrade, threaded shocks are a must for TT-02. Motor mount tires and threaded shock. No, I agree with you there, but that isn't the #1. We often forget, because you wouldn't even think of it. It shouldn't even be a hop-up. It should be sold in every single TT-02 kit in America. In the world. Yes, you are correct, Matthias. It is absolutely the bearings. As a matter of fact, in the videos where I say, when I share my top hop-ups, bearings, it's going to be one of those No brainers. This is not even a hop up. That's what I'm gonna say. This is not even a hop up. This is a must. Yeah, you are correct, Matthias. It is almost unconscionable to sell an RC car without ball bearings. This kit came with ball bearings. Shielded ball, you know, decent ball bearings, not the greatest. I'm sure it's the same as the $10 set on eBay, but hey, it's ball bearings. Yeah, I mean, I don't build TT-02s without bearings. So again, I agree with you, Corey. I agree with you. But technically, it is a hop up. But out of the 5, how many do you list there? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. You listed 4 there. What would be your, like, what order would you buy them from? Let's say you don't have a lot of money and you can only buy them one at a time. What would be your sequence of hop ups you would buy? With plastic bushings, they don't rust. Yeah, but that is true. That is true. I don't know. I've never had bearings rust on me, but you know, I'm sure it happens. I'm sure it happens. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I lost a couple things along the way. Was there a kind of brass looking washer right here, like the back? I don't know. I wasn't sure which way. It's this way, right? No, it's this way. Okay. What the heck? What am I doing? Okay. Let me... this... Okay. Wow, time flies. It's already 11 o'clock. Okay, how did I do this on the other side? Did I? I probably took off the dampers. Tires first. Okay, that's interesting. Then motor mount before steering. That's interesting. See, my biggest gripe about any TT-02 is the suspension, is the dampers. Always, always, always. My biggest gripe about a TT-02 is those friction dampers, those spring-loaded, crappy. Why did you sell me these dampers? You know, everybody's priority is different, so your opinion is equally valid as what my concerns are. Diffs. So you want to go diffs, huh? You want to go to oil-filled diff. Okay. I don't think I need this screw. I don't know if I need this screw or not. I don't know. Okay, we'll see what happens. Okay, so that's locked in. I'm glad we're having a good discourse here about the TT-02. We can share our opinions. Tires are the first thing that matters. If tires aren't good, then... No, I agree with you. I understand the tires touch the ground. And that is one of the hop-ups. I just think that the... in the big scheme of things, Corey, I think the tires, the stock tires, relative to what you can buy aftermarket. So my point is the tires that come with the car relative to an aftermarket tire, the quality and performance difference is not as great as the difference between the stock dampers and the aftermarket dampers. I think the difference between this damper and this damper right here, the disparity is a lot greater than these are stock tires, I think. Yeah, these are stock tires. Is greater than the difference between these two. And even if these were the race tires I normally use, damn, these are big tires. That's my opinion on that. I think the tires relative to the difference of the dampers is not as big. You know what I mean? Tune with grease and oil filled. So I don't know if you can or not. I don't think it can be done. I don't think you can just throw oil in the grease dampers and call it a day. I think the component... Oh my goodness. Jesus. I think the components are different. I think there's no gasket for sure, right? So I don't think that's possible. You would have to change diffs. You would have to buy the oil diffs. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the only thing you can do with the grease diffs is to pretty much make it a limited LSD, limited slip, by putting some putty in there. As far as I think that's pretty much what you can do as far as the diffs are concerned, the stock diffs. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've never seen or heard that it's possible to just throw oil in the grease diffs. Otherwise, I'd be doing it right now. Other tires going, but the ones that came with the Alta GTR are garbage. Yeah, very possible. So what did you end up putting in there, Corey? What kind of tires? I run at my local track. We run sweeps, Evos, Evo 32, I think, or 36. I can't remember. That's specific to the track, though. That's specific to what they recommend. So that's not endorsing that particular brand of tires. That is just what the guy behind the counter says is the best tire. And I take his word for it. Because I don't know better. And I use the kebab skewer to put it on. What did you put on? Put so much in my stock. You probably could. So you're saying you put so much grease into your diff that you can probably lock it or make it a limited slip? Turn it into an LSD? That's funny. That is funny. Okay, so far so good. I think I can knock it down now. Oh, I should probably put some screws on. Uh-oh. It's happened again. Look. This is stuck. This is stuck. Something's wrong with the diff covers. I think as soon as I put the diff cover on, it locked up. So let's investigate this. Should have noticed it sooner. Let's see. Let's see what the culprit is. Oh, sorry for the big hand. should post a picture somewhere, like or send it to me in Discord. That's pretty funny. Okay, I'm sure the Alltech GTR just had the same tires as all the other TT-02 kits. Some might be a specific size, but I'm sure they're all the same. Guys, I have to tell you, I'm having a lot of fun with this clone. And just this series in general, just doing this in general, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. So, something locked up. And it was totally fine before. Right? If we rewind the stream, we saw that when I spun this moved, right? Am I imagining things? What about putting a nipple on a diff? 27 and Tamiya touring tires on asphalt. Okay, nice. I know, Sweets makes good tires. What is your track like, Corey? Mine is not in the greatest condition. Asphalt, but there are cracks, but on big race days, like race day, they do put a sticky compound on the track, so it changes a little bit between practice and race day. And do you use any compound on your tires? Guys, what happened? What the heck happened? Oh, is it the bearings? Okay, this works. This doesn't work. As soon as this bearing sits down, it doesn't work. But why? Hold on. Let's try to figure out why. Okay. Okay, this works. It spins. Everything's good. Still very smooth right here. Aha! There we go, Leica. Let's see. Where is the difference? Let me stand up. Let me know if you guys see anything. Where are these two different? This is fine. It's the diff. Something here. Something about that gap and that gap is different. Let me make sure the bearing is, yeah, the bearing's sitting tight. Yeah. Let me see. What do you guys think? By putting a nipple is Tamiya AW grease in the front to tighten up the. Okay. Parking lot. It's new smooth. Oh, nice. Compound on race days. Oh, okay. So you race on the in the parking lot? It's pretty good. That's pretty cool. We have one of those in between LA and San Diego. I think the hobby shop is in like Oceanside or something like that. They do that. They have parking lot races. I want to go try that. Okay, but more urgently right now, why is this not working? What is the difference? Okay, inversely. Half of the stuff is falling onto the ground, by the way. Inversely, let's see. This came from this car. What's going on? This diff came from this car. What the heck is going on? It doesn't go this way. Why is it this way? Maybe I just put it in wrong? Guess I put it in wrong. Let's try. Ah, there we go. Problem solved. I had the diffs going the wrong direction, but I always thought it was the other way. Oh, well. Okay, so it was human error. Okay, so that's probably what happened in the back, and I'll fix that after we're done. Here. So what kind of classes do you guys have at your track? And what class do you run? And what's the format? I can share mine if you want. So the on-road race is 6 classes, I want to say. There's novice, sportsman, expert, M class, M chassis, Euro truck, and VTA. So there's 6. Sometimes the Euro trucks get so big they have to run 2 classes. They have to run it twice. So yeah, simple mistake. Yeah, what about you guys? What do you guys have going on over there where you are? Detroit. Ask permission to run there, and it just grew from there. Oh, nice. 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 I another friend on Discord. You know, because we're both, you know, RC YouTube content creators. So he and I kind of talk about, you know, ways to promote the channel. And one of the things that I thought about doing, I haven't talked to him yet, was to run a TT-02 class along with the club races. And it'll be a stock class, just like the stock Euro trucks. So no hop-ups, straight out of the box, must use the torque tune, or, no, it has to be the torque tune, and the 1060 or the TBLE02S, whatever that, yeah, TBLE02S. You can use the stock. I think stock tires would kind of keep it a little bit more fair. Instead of, because not everybody wants to spend $30 for a set of tires, and forcing someone to be at a disadvantage if they don't spend that $30 is kind of unfair. So I think it would just be stock tires, basically completely stock, and just have a TT-02 class, so that you know, you'd have a fair race. I've raced in the novice class with my TT-02 RR, and somebody was running an X-Ray T4 or T3, whenever that year was, whatever model that year was. And of course, you know, I got destroyed. And I never understood why he would do that and why he stayed in novice class. But anyway, neither here or there. That's just my own bitterness coming out. I think that would be cool. I think that would be a good to RTR novice and open touring. Oh, nice. You guys already have a TT-02. Hey, do you guys have a Facebook group or a website I can check out the races or YouTube videos, something like that? And the other thing I'm curious about is what kind of cars do you see in RTR? Yikes. Yeah, I'm curious what kind of cars run RTR. Because if it was like off-road, I know I'm going to see a bunch of slashes. I'm curious, what is the go-to on-road RTR? Oh, it's going to be the HPI, isn't it? Or no, the Phaser. It's going to be the Phaser versus the HPI RS4, isn't it? Is there anything else that is RTR? Touring car. Let's see. All right. Okay. It's locked up again. I swear it was working, right? What the heck is going on? Why do I notice these things after I lock it up? Oh, brother. I'm just gonna end the stream right here and go have fun. We're gonna have to continue this tomorrow. This is ridiculous. I've taken this thing apart like 3 times already. TT-02 class, stock bearings only are allowed. Nice. Only bearings. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's awesome. That's a that is a good decision. What is going on, mate? Is it the cap? Okay, I have to take this apart. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end the stream soon because I'm not just feeding myself. And I don't want to have other people starving and being cranky on me. This is not working. Okay. Now this seized up again. What happened? This is so strange. Is it the bearing? Help me out here, guys. This diff is seized up again. Like it won't spin again. It was doing fine. And then right now, you guys saw, right? You guys saw it was spinning fine. And now it just gets stranger by the day. I have no idea. This is not moving. Just 5 minutes ago it was spinning free. And now it's completely stuck. The bearings are seated just fine. But it's completely seized up. Kyo shows some tracks. Oh, the Fortec. Hey, do you hear that? Like, their track runs Vortex in their RTR class. I assume it's the Fortec. You never know. Those Slash guys have no shame. They would slap some touring car tires on there and say it's a touring car. Okay. This is absolutely bizarre. It's not the bearings. The bearings... Oh, wait a minute. No, the bearings are free. This is free. Yikes. This is a little bit crunchy, but it's not like ridiculous. Like this is a little bit crunchy too. So what is going on here? Why is this not spinning? That's fine. This is fine. Hey, Akim, welcome. Nice to see you. Where are you watching from? I'm trying to figure out why this aftermarket diff will not spin. Even though it was spinning just 5 minutes ago. It's caught on something. I can feel it. But what is it caught on? There's nothing here. These bearings not sitting down. Are these the wrong bearings? Everything wants to land on the ground. This is bizarre. How far do I have to take this car apart, man? Ooh. Okay. Here it is. Fortec. Thailand, nice. That's awesome, man. Welcome. Of course, the Fortec has no chance in touring car. the the Slash has no chance in off-road either. It's just, it's there. It's Traxxas. Have you guys seen the Instagram post where they're trying to say they're going to, they came out with a bunch of parts for the sledge, I think, and they're gonna race an 8th scale buggy, and I was laughing, and I wasn't the only one laughing. A lot of people were laughing. Like, who are you gonna race? Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny of Traxxas to try to go into that market, of all places. I'm just going to stab myself a couple more times here. Oh, nice. A unicorn. It was fun watching. Yeah, I'm sure. Yikes. This bearing is quite stuck. But I can't be it because it's locked up in the back too. I can't seem to get this off. And this is the same size, so it's not the bearing. Oh, brother. Guys, I'm serious. I'm just stumped. What is going on? What? It's absolutely caught on something. Like, there's something in here that is not allowing it to spin. It's completely stuck. Okay. Where's the diff? Like magic. I think this is getting away from me here. Okay, let's see if this is the same size bearing. It better be. Be very disappointed if it wasn't. Yeah, it's the same size bearing. What the heck? Let's try this. God, this one is so stuck. Let's do this by process of elimination. Alrighty. Okay. Sometimes I need to get my eyes checked. Okay, there we go. Oops. It's fun watching it drift. That's cool. Kick the bucket. I should raise the Fortec and Touring instant. We were just talking about that, Leica. Okay, so it's not the bearing. It is this thing itself. It is this piece I'm holding. So what is different between these two things? Nothing. To the naked eye. Huh. Leica, check this out. It was spinning before, right? As soon as I set this down, completely bind it up. Something is holding it back. I don't know. I honestly do not know. But I will figure it out. Okay, we didn't make that much progress today. Well, we got half of it done. It's crazy. This is insane. This is insane. This is... Oh, wait. Is this screws? Is it the screws? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I think I'm onto something. I think it's the screws. Or this. No, it's about the same. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna go crazy trying to figure this out. Oh, there's no bearings on this one, right? I'm gonna go crazy trying to figure this out. I'm gonna swap these bearings on here just to make sure. Oh my goodness. Wait, these are binding up. Wait, hold on. Hold on. This is binding up now. I think I'm about to lose my mind. This spins just fine. Both sides, it spins just fine. Here, it's stuck. Both sides. And this is the TT-02. This is the clone. So I don't know what's going on. There's something in there. No, there's nothing in here. That is... This is something, but I don't think this is what's holding it back. Hold on. Actually, it might be. But what is it? Oh no, it's a screw! I figured it out. I got what happened. There's no screw here. So that's not it. I thought it was a screw. Let me see. Does that line up with anything? That lines up with this hole right here. Right? But there's no screw there right now. Was there a screw there before? I think I punched a long screw in there, and that's what made it happen. So I ruined the tub chassis by punching a long screw, and I made this little impression right here. That one right there. It's what is locking up the diffs. And there is not a similar one, not as tall. But there's something here as well. And that's from punching two big screws up into the tub chassis. So what I will have to do is to scrape this off. Yep. Is to scrape that off and try to repair this chassis. Otherwise, I'm going to have to run out and get another chassis. Okay. Got some clay and or Play-Doh. Where's the fan one? Yeah, no, I figured it out. Thank you, though. Thanks for that trick. It is right here. There is a little bit of plastic right here sticking out, and that's from the screw. Alrighty then. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna be able to do this today, especially not being able to clear that out. And I think this screw is the one I was supposed to put in, but instead I punched a slightly taller screw in there. And I don't know if you can see that. And that caused the bottom of the diff case here to punch through, and there's a little piece of plastic sticking out binding the diff. So I'm going to scrape that down, and it's completely locked. I'm going to scrape that down, and hopefully by tomorrow we can finish this up. So I definitely have to update the stream, what we're going to do on stream tomorrow. Man. Alright, guys. Corey, Leica, Akam, everybody who joined me on the stream today, thanks for joining me. I wish I could have finished this today, but unfortunately ran into some problems. But we'll start again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Okay, guys, have a good day. See you guys later.